What's up, guys? Sub-Zero here. We are watching Rank 1 China. This is Flancyyy, who has been popping off. You look at his scores from this stream, 2-1, 1-2, 2-1, and then he goes 8th. But, like, my god, what an insane player. Starting the stream off right with the good vibes. True. Thank you, Storm, again. Just a diamond with back-to-back-to-back first. Thanks for teaching me sub. Yo, congrats, Lernius. That's dope. Oh, my god. What a box. All right, double vein here. I'm gonna be curious. All right, and then he checks admin real quick. I don't know how much it's gonna matter, but I'm gonna pull it up over here. Takes the left one, which is every 5 seconds your team gets 12 AP. A friendly teammate is killed, gain 350 HP. Friendly teammates killed 20. I don't think we're gonna play around admin this game, so I'm not gonna worry about it too much. I'll go back. Okay, so Thrill Civilian and Electro here. None of them are, like, really that I guess, like, if you really wanted to play around Duelists, this one would make the most sense. If you want to play, like, a game around... Yeah, I don't know. If you want to play, like, vertical Duelists, then this makes a lot of sense. I'm thinking, like, potentially, like, Vayne, Kai'Sa, Reroll, which, like, maybe Electro is fine. I think this is probably the best in this spot. I'm curious what he takes. Okay, so yeah, does go for the Thrill. All right. Hey, what's up, Jack? All right, one person has Shell, +1 Gadgetean. Interesting. Mostly, like, kind of openers. Also, my god, it's just the one item. I mean, I guess, like, the 2-item opener if you count the item that he started with. But, like, wow. Have you solved this patch yet? I've been learning a lot today. I think I have a pretty good understanding of the stuff that's strong. I haven't played too much of it myself, but I've watched a lot of other people play. So I think I have a pretty good idea of what the patch looks like. But we're also early on. It's very possible that, you know, like tomorrow there's a post to the competitive TFT subreddit and there's this comp that they're spamming in China. It's Reroll Blitzcrank, man. You just go for Blitzcrank 3 and then you build Ionic Spark, you build 3 Ionic Sparks on him and then you just win the game, and then everyone's playing that the next day. So, like, you know, it's hard to say with TFT. The meta changes pretty fluidly quite often. If you win, you could make gold here, right? But then you'd have to sell the GP pair, which would feel kind of sucky. Also, you're just not going to win this spot. Finally early for Sub-Zero Extreme Pog, Calvin. But yeah, like... Okay, so he has the Vayne pair. I think Vayne is actually, like, quite a solid unit to hit 2-star early, and he's just playing her with Duelists early. Because, like, you have to not get too baited by the Vayne pair, and, like, wreck your early game holding onto the Vayne, but so far he's still been able to make econ. You know, you don't want to be in a situation where you're holding onto this Vayne pair instead of making econ, like, you can get baited. He also does actually fit in the Anima squad here. I would be... Oh, he just FF the game. I don't know what that was. I would be surprised if he played Anima squad late game, but we'll see. Maybe he's just playing... I mean, he's playing it early game for some kind of front line. He doesn't have, like, 4 Duelists he can play. I'd be really hyped to see him play Duelist, because I've had, like, on and off success with Duelist this patch. I really feel like... Okay, even sells the Silas there, so yeah, I don't think he's very interested in, like, playing a lot of Anima squad. He's just got the Rod and the Bow. Like, Last Whisper, I think, is quite important in this position. Just for the chain. Yeah, and the other big item, if you're going to play Vertical Duelist, would be Locket. It also, like, the Bow's a more flexible item than the Rod, and this was also on a 3 cost, so I like it. Oh my god, he naturals the Vayne too, and a Nasus. I mean, yeah, surely you make this. It's kind of awkward because he was playing Lost Streak. Like, is he still going to try to Lost Streak from this spot? With Vayne too? Are you bot reviewing right now? This is Flancyyy. This is rank 1 China. I mean, he can probably lose this fight, right? Like, it's not like Vayne, like, he has no front line. All right, so that's 1 kill. And, like, Vayne can't 1v9. He also has no item slammed. Okay, he has to lose the next fight. He's probably going to have to take out Vayne, right? Like, you need to lose the 5th fight here. This is pretty sick, though. Like, hit the Vayne too, but still actually Lost Streak from this spot, just because you're going to get so much econ from it and you're so close. You can just make this after the fight starts. Like, I would absolutely... I don't know. These aren't actually even, like... Are these people Lost Streaking? Like, the people that, like, I would be... Yeah. Like, I think you kind of have to cut the Vayne, because, like, if they, like, frontline their backline and you accidentally win this fight, your game's fucked. So, like, yeah. I think you have to play for Lost Streak here and just cut the Vayne. You can even still make Kale, too, so it's pretty perfect. But it is a little bit scary there. Okay, so 68 HP, 5 Lost Streak, ton of gold, Vayne too. His spot seems quite insane, I would say. And he hits the GP too. But you have to sell this, right? Yeah, you have to move item. Does this board beat Krugs? I guess it does, because he's playing. I mean, maybe with the Thrill. I'm just so afraid that they're just going to one-shot for 2 GPs. But okay, the Vayne just does a lot of damage, I guess. Yeah, I guess it doesn't end up being that. I mean, I don't know. It's like almost close. The tier's pretty obnoxious to hit here. He pre-levels up to 5. Oh my god, another Vayne. We're just going for like Vayne 3. The question is, are we going Vayne 3 Duelist this game, or are we going Vayne 3 like Recons this game? Obviously, we've hit a lot of Duelists already. A lot from you, got Plat last 2 sections. Oh, and also it's Locket Slam, and he also goes for the Renan Slam. Okay, so he doesn't really prio, he doesn't prio Last Whisper insanely high. Interesting. Said has proven to be a steep learning curve for me, but hey, just means when I learned. Was wondering if there are other educational TFT content creators you could recommend. I like Spicy Appies a lot. He's a very positive guy. I was just watching Dish Soap, who like kind of like molds, like kind of gets angry sometimes, but he is a really, really good player. Really, it's +1 Duelist here, right? So yeah, I like Spicy Appies a lot. Dish Soap. They're both like streamers. They don't do like YouTube content. He actually rolls here. It's kind of interesting because he has a pretty strong board. Oh, he's rolling deep here. This is surely like a China versus NA diff. I mean, like, sure, he's looking for the last Duelist, but like, I think on NA, I don't know if you're supposed to roll here. But like China, maybe it's still that aggressive. This patch, he can still make 40, so it's not the end of the world. And like the one Duelist spikes you so hard, maybe you are supposed to roll here regardless. That's really interesting to think about, because like one Duelist spikes you so hard. I've just seen more people say that they don't roll a stage like 3-2 this patch. Which patch is it? It's the current patch. I checked on an Ash. So yeah, this is 13.1. But yeah, as far as other content creators, I like Kai on YouTube. He's like only YouTube. I like his videos a lot. He's not like turbo high ranked, but he like puts a ton of work into like making really, really good videos. So I like his stuff as well. And yeah, I mean, you can always just like watch people who are super high ranked, like Setsuko. They're like, Setsuko's someone who does get mad. He's got to get rid of this tier here. He's just gonna go for a bow here. The only way to get rid of the tier, I don't know, I'm curious how he gets rid of this tier. Have you played Draven all this patch, and do you think he's good? I haven't, no. I mean, I've played him in 4 Ace. I haven't played like Draven carry. When you rolled a 0-3-2 versus just saving, I mean, this patch I don't think you rolled a 0-3-2 that much. Ooh, he's rolling more at 6. Oh my god, it's so aggro. You really play GP here over Nilo 1? I kind of feel like Nilo 1's better, but I guess it's not. That's wild to me. Maybe he just says he has enough frontline with the Locket that like he just wants to like burn from the GP. Interesting to roll here. I mean, I think he wants to save streak. But yeah, I don't think you rolled to 0-3-2 that often this patch. Like, I feel like the only times you roll really deep on 3-2 is if you have like infinite pairs, or if you're like about to die. Okay, gets the Nyla in here. Nyla 2. Oh, he rolls so deep during stage 3. Like, how many times has he rolled so far? Like 10 times or something like that? Maybe more. But I mean, he's hit like basically his entire board. And like the difference between rolling for Vayne at 6 and rolling at 7 is like not high. I imagine it's a Vayne 3 game, right? Because like if you wanted to play Zed carry, you would push levels. Because it's obviously like harder to hit Zed 6 versus like 7 or 8. But yeah, like, yeah, I don't think you rolled. I wouldn't normally roll this deep. I'm actually quite surprised by this gameplay. Oh, did he sell the Renekton there? Isn't Renekton like your next best level? I mean, obviously like Zed would be really nice as well. Like, Renekton gives you Bruiser for this potential Sedge too. Another bow. Okay. I'm really interested in what items he ends up making here. I mean, let's just pause for a second and think about this. I don't really love any of them. Like, I think these are pretty sus item slams. Like, you can use Redemption to get rid of this. Is it ever just like Redemption and then don't slam the other item? Like, Titans isn't great. It's a good Zed item, but like, we're playing around Vayne this game. You really want like Last Whisper, I would think. If you don't go Redemption, because like your frontline isn't that tanky, you could go Protector Spout, but then you're stuck with this Giant Spell to play around. Whereas like the Chain Vest could be another Locket, or it can be like an Edge of Night for Zed. Are you finding the new patch? I think it's pretty good. I think there's some stuff that's a little, my god. All right, I mean, surely you're done rolling here. I also really like the addition of the MF here. That's really cute. Just like a Okay, well, never mind. Oh, interesting. Okay, so he's gonna slam Redemption. He also slams Titans here. I'm curious where that Titan ends up going. I mean, obviously it's trying to go on Zed. I liked the MF. She was damn. But like, yeah, okay. Obviously, like, Brawler for a 2-star Sedge is big. But yeah, like, I think, ooh. Either Sedge Augment or a Vayne Augment. I think I would take a Sedge Augment here. Obviously, you can reroll and dig for a Zed Augment. Yeah, he does reroll. He can take either Zed Augment. Which one does he take? The support? That's the support one, right? Yeah, okay. Oh my god, and he hits Urgot. Okay, now his spot looks pretty nuts. This Urgot unit is not okay. But yeah, like, as far as, like, this patch, I think if they, like, nerf some of the 5 costs, nerf Set. Oh my god, he got an item off. He got Last Whisper off Urgot? This guy's the god of TFT. Oh my god. That's an insane high roll. What's up, Bamboozle? But yeah, like, I think if they fix, like, if they B-patch, nerf Set, and nerf some of these 5 costs, like Urgot and Fiddle, I think it's in a pretty good spot. And, like, maybe a tiny love tap to MF, but I feel like MF is just so strong because of how strong Set is. And they, like, play quite well together, but, like, I don't know, she's a little strong. My god. Alright. We rolled so much at 6. I mean, he kind of did just hit at 7, like, hitting that Urgot is insane. I don't know, in hindsight, probably just taking the Zed Hero Augment makes sense. Like, rolling there, you're basically guaranteed to hit Zed. And it allows you to get the Zed in. I mean, Titans isn't a bad item on Zed. I'm just curious about his, Okay, and he's just gonna go for Edge of Night or Locket with this. Wait, does he still care much about Edge of Night? It's 8 Duelist in here. I mean, you could always make Duelist Urgot. He scales a little bit better with attack speed now, but the issue with that is that you have to sell Sejuani. Okay, so big spike here, and he's still streaking. 8 streaking here. So, I mean, he's just... Yeah. I mean, it all started with the Vayne 2, and then he just used that to win streak. I mean, he's on a 9 streak here. Could be on 10 streak if he wins this next fight. And that just makes the game... Like, whenever I watch top players, and they just go for, like, a 9... They just win 10 rounds in a row, I'm like, the game looks so easy from this spot, doesn't it? Like, it's so free. How's Duelist power with other comps getting nerfed? I think Duelist is fine from a power level. The big issue is that it has a pretty crappy matchup into Set. Like, if you fight a 4 defenders or even just 2 defenders mech Set, especially if you don't have this Last Whisper item, you're just not killing him. So that's, like, the biggest issue with Duelist, in my opinion, is, like, I played a couple Duelist games yesterday, played into a lobby where 4 of my matchups were Set frontline. I didn't have Last Whisper, and I was like, I'm dead. I'm just dead. Interesting how Duelist will fit into the Set, yeah. It's pretty, like, I think if they nerf Set, Duelist will get a lot better. Also, I just think Last Whisper Prio is so big. Okay. It could be Edge of Night and then just hold the bow. That's what I have to imagine. I feel like Edge of Night is so good on Zed. I would personally hold the Aphelios. If you hit Aphelios too, Duelist Aphelios is, like, so broken. He can always go for, like, GS or something. I'm curious if he goes for Edge of Night here. Okay, he just goes for GS on Vayne. Doesn't care about Zed items because he still hasn't hit Zed yet. Not awkward, though. I mean, you're, like, basically guaranteed to hit Zed over the next few rounds. But, I mean, you're also really close to Vayne 3. Like, good TFT players, I don't know, they play the game in such a fluid way, you know? Like, itemizing this Vayne here, I think, is primarily because he's just so close to hitting Vayne 3 now. You know, like, if he hits Vayne 3 in this spot, obviously it's better than... Yeah, you can even just roll it down to 0 for Vayne 3 here, huh? And he still has a streak that he needs to protect. And playing threats a little, and the difference between Last Whisper, Bel'Veth, and other items is, like, water to wine, yeah. I mean, yeah, Bel'Veth is one unit that, like, especially, like, if you don't have, like, Last Whisper or, like, GS, like, how are you killing Zed? Ever. I don't think you are. Yeah, you have to sell Aphelios. I'm gonna keep rolling it to 0 here. I think it's pretty reasonable. You're 1 Vayne off and it spikes your board so hard. It's surely gonna hit, right? Okay. Curious about holding Nyla here. Like, you're pretty far off Nyla 3. You don't want to roll anymore for, like, just Nyla. Like, I wouldn't make this Nyla personally. I would just sell bench and make 10 if we win. But I'm curious what he ends up doing. Yeah, he does make the Nyla. Because you're not going to roll at 8. You're going to hit this Nyla at 9, I guess? Unless he wants to keep rolling at 8, but I would be surprised if he does. What do you want here? Zed item? You can go for Ox Force. Thin Edge is not that great on Zed. You could also just go for Sedge item like Protector's Vow. Okay, all the good items are gone. I mean, I guess it's... Okay, he's going to go Ox Force. I mean, Ox Force? Yeah, naturally it's Ox Force Zed. Ox Force and Edge of Night are in some ways similar items. In other ways, not really. How's it going? It's going good, Kandrew. It's going good. Watching some VODs. But yeah, like, look at this lobby. Like, if he doesn't have Vayne through with GS / Whisper, how is he killing this double Gargoyle set? But, like, you know, obviously because it's Vayne 3 with Last Whisper GS, and because he has such a good front line, like, this fight isn't even that... like, he lost. He actually lost this fight. My god. But yeah, like, he even under these circumstances, he lost. My god. Looking forward to coaching later. Gonna hit Chalice set for real. Pog. I think, yeah, I mean, I will do my best to support you as best I can in you getting there. It's definitely hard to hit Challenger, but, like, it's definitely doable if you put in, you know, the work. But yeah, like, my god. Oh? Look, he's got the Annie Little Legend, by the way. With the freaking little Anya from Spy Family face. Lamau. Alright. I mean, his spot's insane. I'm curious what this game ends up being, because he did actually lose to that one guy. Like, can he go top 1? Or, like, not? I guess we'll see. I mean, his itemization is, like, perfect, right? Like, there's not a single bad item on his board. His augments are pretty perfect as well. What are his matchups like? I want to know how good Declaw is. This Shroud. It's like, if 3 out of 4 of the rest of the people were AP, I would think about Declaw. Obviously, Shroud's really, really nice in MF. And it's, like, good in every matchup. Look at this little legend, man. My god. That's a lot of AP. I mean, obviously, Shroud is also very good into these matchups, so... I wonder if he thinks Shroud is better than Declaw, even. Alright. Another dies of anime. If the Lunar Year set Chibi comes out in NA, I'm throwing my money at my monitor. Set Chibi? What the heck? I'm still holding out on Chibi Saraka. If they ever make a Chibi Saraka, I think that's when I'm gonna have to start begging my viewers to donate me RP. Because, like, I don't know. I was thinking about getting, like, the Ari one or the Deluxe one, but they don't call to me super much. But, like, if there's a Soraka, it'd be over. And always be on the queue to the Legend. That one's on all servers. I'm pretty sure this one's on NA right now. I mean, it's definitely, if it's not, it's gonna be. All right, and that's a first. What a sick Duelist game. All right, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, check my Twitch down below. Thank you.